My name is Robert Hale, and I'm 61 now. What I'm about to tell you happened 5 years ago, back when my life looked complete from the outside. I was the founder and CEO of Northbridge Financial, a company I'd built over 3 decades. I lived in a glass-lined penthouse overlooking the city, traveled first-class, wore tailored suits, and made decisions that moved markets. People assumed I had everything. What they didn't see was how quiet my life had become. My wife, Marianne, had passed away 3 years earlier after a long illness. The kind that doesn't just take a person, but slowly rearranges your world until silence becomes normal. We never had children. After she was gone, I filled my days with work, convincing myself productivity was the same as purpose. 14-hour days, weekends blurred into weekdays. Success became a distraction I used to avoid going home. One cold November evening, after the first snow of the season settled over the streets, my assistant told me there was nothing else on my calendar. "You should head home," she said kindly. But home felt too empty. So instead, I walked into the snow and ended up at a small neighborhood restaurant called Luque's Warm Lights. Steamed windows, the smell of fresh bread, a place where people belonged. I had just opened the menu when I noticed a woman near the entrance with 2 children pressed close to her. A young boy on her hip and a little girl holding a folded paper bird. I heard the hostess say softly, "I'm sorry, without money I can't seat you." The woman nodded, not angry, just tired. "I understand," she said. "Could we warm up for a minute?" The answer was still no. As they turned to leave, cold air rushed in. The little girl looked back into the restaurant, her eyes lingering on the tables filled with ordinary people eating dinner. Something inside me broke. I stood up before I could think. "Excuse me," I said. "I have a table, and I don't like eating alone." The woman hesitated, protective, careful. "I don't want charity," she said. "It's not charity," I replied. "It's company." After a long moment, she nodded. "Just dinner." Her name was Sarah. Her children were Emma, 6 years old, and Noah, 3. I ordered food for all of us. Sarah tried to protest, but I insisted gently. Emma folded another paper bird while we waited. When I asked her about it, she told me they were origami cranes. "If you fold 1,000, she said seriously, "you get a wish. How many do you have?" I asked. 812, she replied without hesitation. "My wish is for a home." Those words stayed with me. Over dinner, Sarah shared a little of her story. Her husband had died in a workplace accident. She lost her job after getting sick. Shelters when there was space. The car when there wasn't. She didn't ask for pity, she just spoke facts. When dessert came, Noah smiled like it was the first time he'd felt safe in weeks. Emma carefully folded one last crane from a napkin and handed it to me. "This is for you," she said. "So you won't be lonely anymore." That night, I went home and placed the paper crane on my nightstand. My apartment looked the same, but I didn't. The next morning, instead of going straight to the office, I made phone calls. I contacted a social services agency. I asked my HR department about support programs we'd never used. I started volunteering at a local shelter once a week. 2 weeks later, the agency called. Sarah remembered me. She agreed to meet. I didn't offer her charity. I offered her a job one she was qualified for, with flexibility while she stabilized. She accepted cautiously. 3 weeks later, she started. Sarah worked hard. She earned her place. With support programs and steady income, she and her children moved into a small apartment. Emma started school. Noah started preschool. And I started changing too. I repaired relationships I'd neglected. I stopped measuring my life only in profit. I made room for people. 5 years later, Sarah is a team lead. Emma still folds cranes, but now she gives them away. Noah wants to be a firefighter, and I still keep that first paper crane on my desk. Because the most important investment I ever made wasn't financial. It was inviting strangers to dinner and remembering what it meant to be human.